that girl run big tune. If you know say a TrimQueen.
So, hi everybody, my name is Sabrina from High Canada Magazine, and we're here sitting down today with one of the co-founders from Ghost Drops. Travis, introduce yourself.
Yeah, how are you, Travis? Other people know me as Organic.
Organic. Okay, so let's just start off into this. I think some of our viewers, they were interested in the name Organic. Where did you get the name Organic from?
You know, it's my hip-hop alias, something I came up with when I was like 14 years old. A lot of my history is in the hip-hop world before cannabis, so you know, I got a pretty extensive history in the battle rap world and hip-hop itself, so kind of just came from that. But you know, the synergies, ironically it came from, you know, me smoking when I was young, so a lot of people would always just kind of refer to weird stuff like that. But yeah, that's really the story.
So you kept it organic.
Yeah, you want to know the real story? Like, it's kind of corny but funny, but I was breaking up weed on a gardening book probably when I was like 14 years old and needed a screen name for something. So I just put my name as what was on the book, but then as I was rapping, everyone kept calling me Organic because that's what I made my screen name, so it just kind of like fell into place, you know what I mean? I never got to really choose my name.
So it kind of fell into it.
Yeah, just
organically.
Kind of, yes, there you
See?
go. There you
All
go.
right,
There
so
you go.
that's where Organic came from. It fell in organically. So I understand that. I heard you in a previous interview with the history of Ghost Drops.
Mm-hmm.
So you were in a legacy market before, and then what's the steps that led you to becoming legal instead of just staying legacy? Because there's a lot of legacy brands that just end up staying legacy. They're like, you know what, screw it. We don't want to go legal. We don't want to deal with all the XYZs, but we still want to do what we're doing.
Yeah, you know, it's always been in the plans. When we started Ghost Drops, that was the reason why we really wanted to create the brand. But it's about giving Canada something to be proud of. Like when you go down to America, which I'm down there a lot, like nobody's ever asking you for any of the big name LPs. They're never about that. So like we've never had a cannabis brand to like really be proud of, and I felt like there was a big gap in the market for that. In the cannabis space, even the legacy side, I've always been about finding the gaps in the market. That's why I was really big on the marketing, just doing all the stuff that others weren't doing, finding the transparency, you know, and just building a community with it. And I feel like there's a giant gap in the legal space on the same side. Everybody's in a race to the bottom. Everybody's not in a race for quality. And what we've always kind of focused on in the legacy side is, you know, being quality based. And right now in the legal market, there's a giant open market for that, especially with the brand that is, you know, got their feet on the ground from the legacy side. You know, we're not trust funded. We got it from the mud. We started with a pack and we built it up. You know what I mean? A pack, a cell phone, and now we're here, you know? So we got a good story behind this. We're people that actually got it from the mud. We didn't just jump in this because it was a green rush. This is something that we've been doing before that, you know? And we are the culture. We love the culture, and we want to just keep adding to the culture and building the culture around it. So the Ghost Drops brand itself going legal, it just made a lot of sense for us to take that push because we accomplished a lot in the black market side and the legacy side. We had done a lot with the brands, but now we got to help bring those people to the next thing, right? So legal side is the playoffs, and you know the reason why we're taking all the guys with us is because why do you change the team when you make it to the playoffs, you know?
Exactly.
So you know, our goal is to kick down the door and get a lot of the right people that deserve these opportunities to be able to have these opportunities, because we know how Canada didn't go knock around on the doors of the best growers, the best drug dealers and all that stuff and offer them a job. You know what I mean? Y'all were kind of outcasted, so we're here to pull y'all back in and make this our culture again.
And that's absolutely big. And you hit it on the nail when you said it is a race to the bottom, because I find that a lot of the LPs are all aiming towards the cheaper product, the lowest price, and just to get the consumer. But there is a high margin. Like there are users out there who want top grade stuff. We want top shelf stuff. We don't mind paying whatever. You can present anything for us, but once it's top quality, regardless, we're going to pay for it because we know what we want. So I'm kind of happy with the fact that you said that it's a race to the bottom and you noticed there was a gap. So where Ghost Drop is right now, how do you feel about where it's sitting right now?
Very happy. You know, we're only 3 months in the market. We're crushing it. We got the top 2 schools moving on the OCS. I don't think it could have been a better launch for us. You know what I mean? We just opened our new store. So, you know, this is a touch point for the city. Just something to, you know, add again to Toronto culture and be able to curate culture within this space for the cannabis community and just Toronto in general. You can see we made our wall like a touch point for Queen Street. So it's not just like, you know, Ghost Drop centric. We're adding to the community, and, you know, Toronto's been a big part of our upbringing. So we just want to keep adding to that culture and keep doing amazing things within the city and around Canada in general, right? Like, it's not just about about Toronto. It's just that's our home base, right? So you got to always hold it down with the home base.
So are you planning to open more flagship stores across Canada?
We'll get to that point. We don't really know yet, right? This is about, it was a right partnership with Hasho and everybody, that high variety, just real good friendships and partnerships. It just made a lot of sense to do this. It wasn't ever in our plan to be retail space, but, it is important with all the limitations that the Canadian government and how Canada puts on cannabis brands to have a touch point in the city, to be able to have people come and, understand what Ghost Drops is and have somewhere they can come and again, build within the community. We want a home base for cannabis in the cannabis community, and Canada doesn't have one right now, Toronto especially, so that's what we're looking to make this. You smoke in Toronto, you're looking to make new friends, you're looking to get within the community, stop on by and talk to some people, and we're here for you.
And you're absolutely certain, because when you hear the name Ghost Drops on the road, and the funny thing is, people stop and they're like, oh yes, I heard about them, I'm looking for their stuff, and you hear the buzz about it, and I'm like absolutely. So I remember when the first word came out that Ghost Drops was coming onto the legal market, the first feeling was like, this is unreal. This is a joke. This is not real.
It was surreal for us too.
Then it was like, no way. And you're looking back in the day at your little bag.
Yeah.
You're like, for real? I was like, it's really happening. Mm-hmm. So now that you're here, it's tangible. What does the future hold for you in Ghost Drops right now?
Just continuing to cultivate amazing things. We got a biobank, a lot of good genetics, and honestly, we're just looking to bring a lot of the culture forward. Like I said previously, not everyone was given the right opportunity within this space. There's a lot of great people that just haven't been put in position yet. We're here to kick the door down and start putting those people in position. If it takes us to be the people to kick the door down to help everybody get in market, then we're happy to be that person to do that. We just want to make sure that our country is being represented properly on the cannabis side. This is something that Canada has been proud of for so many years. Why are we cutting corners now when the whole world is paying attention to us? We're the only country that's nationally legal. Why are we cutting corners? We should be taking pride in quality product. We should be trying to show that we're the best, and that's what I take a lot of pride in. I'm prideful of Canada, and I know we got amazing things here, and I just felt like it wasn't properly represented, so we're here to properly represent Canada.
And you're absolutely right. Being representation is so important, and I honestly feel with Ghost Drops, you have met those target points, and you're exceeding those target points, and now it's the only question is what's next. Everybody wants to know,
our story isn't a facade. Like a lot of people like to throw around legacy this and legacy that, and it's like our history speaks for itself. You know what I mean? We don't have to tell you the story about what we did. It's written in the history books. You know what I mean? Like everybody knows, they've seen it. So for us, it's just about curating a good time and making sure everybody enjoys the time within that they're here. Like this is such a dope community, no pun intended, but it's such a good community of like-minded people that are positive, passionate, creative, and everything, and just being able to consolidate those all together and be able to make something amazing happen for the country and the city. That's really our goal, So moving forward, we're just looking to continue to curate that vibe, just make sure everybody enjoys their time in the cannabis space, and it doesn't need to be this big race to the bottom, or everybody trying to cut each other's corners or anything. Like, just have fun, do what we do, and provide good product and make sure everybody, all the consumers, are happy, right? Like, it's all about just being great, and that's what we're just going to be trying to do. We're not focused on anyone else. I wish everybody else success. I want to see everybody else win, but we're gunning for it too. So let's all work together and make those amazing things happen for this culture.
All right, perfect. So anyways, thank you guys so much for listening.
And thank you guys so much. Hi, Magazine. I appreciate y'all because you guys are helping us get the word out and everything like that. So much love to y'all too.
All right, take care.
Cheers.